Most people believe sunflower seeds are a harmless snack. Light, crunchy, and packed with vitamin E. But for seniors, especially those dealing with joint stiffness or heart concerns, they may be silently harmful. That's because sunflower seeds are loaded with omega-6 fatty acids, the pro-inflammatory counterpart to omega-3s. In small amounts, omega-6 are essential for cell function. But the modern diet throws this balance off. According to recent studies, seniors often consume an omega-6 to omega-3 ratio of 18.1 or higher. The healthy range should be closer to 4.1, especially for older adults with slower metabolism and weaker circulation. When that balance is off, your body becomes a breeding ground for silent inflammation. Over time, that can lead to swollen joints, arterial stiffness, fatigue, and even higher risk of heart failure. Margaret, a 72-year-old retired librarian, came to us with aching knees and constant swelling in her ankles. She stayed active, cooked at home, and walked every morning, but something wasn't adding up. Her inflammation markers were nearly triple the safe range, despite her clean lifestyle. The hidden culprit? She was sprinkling sunflower seeds into her granola, salads, and smoothies every single day. We replaced them with a mix of flax and pumpkin seeds, both rich in anti-inflammatory compounds. Within 10 days, her swelling eased. 3 weeks later, she was walking 40 minutes daily with no pain. Her blood work showed a 42% drop in inflammation. No meds, just a seed switch. If you're over 60 and dealing with pain, fatigue, or heart risks, sunflower seeds may be making things worse. Swap them for pumpkin seeds, which support heart health without tipping your fatty acid balance. They're rich in zinc and magnesium, two minerals most seniors need more of. You don't have to fear seeds. Just choose the ones that work for your body now, not what worked at 40. And wait until you hear about the next seed. It's hidden in foods that claim to be low-fat and healthy. Most people have never seen cottonseed in their kitchen, but they're likely eating it every single day. That's because cottonseed oil is one of the cheapest oils in processed foods, baked snacks, and salad dressings. It slips into your diet quietly, without warning. And for seniors, that can be a serious danger. Unlike other seed oils, cottonseed contains a toxin called gossypol, which protects the plant from insects. Insects avoid it for good reason. Gossypol interferes with human cell energy, especially in heart and muscle tissue. For people over 60, this toxin may slow down the heart's rhythm, weaken muscle function, and drain energy. Your body's ability to detox gets slower with age. And cottonseed oil adds a heavy burden without obvious symptoms. Joan, a 70-year-old woman, came to us with fatigue, chest fluttering, and strange crawling sensations in her legs. Her labs were mostly normal. She was eating low-fat foods and avoiding red meat, but still felt worse every week. That's when we reviewed her diet and found a common thread. Nearly all her snacks and dressings listed cottonseed oil. We had her eliminate every product with it. Granola bars, salad toppings, even healthy whole grain crackers. In its place, she began eating avocado slices, roasted chickpeas, and dressings made with extra virgin olive oil. Within 2 weeks, her leg spasms stopped. By week 3, her heart palpitations disappeared entirely. She said it felt like a fog had lifted. She had energy and mental clarity for the first time in months. Cottonseed oil isn't just another processed fat. It's toxic, hard to eliminate, and especially risky for seniors. If you're over 60, check every label on snacks, crackers, or bottled dressings. It may be lurking in plain sight. You don't need to fear fat. You just need the right kind of fat. The kind that fuels your cells, not poisons them. And next, we'll talk about a seed you probably thought was healthy, but may be quietly stealing your bone strength. Sesame seeds seem innocent enough. They're sprinkled on burger buns, baked into crackers, and blended into hummus. But for people over 60, sesame seeds may quietly trigger a series of problems you'd never expect from such a tiny food. The first issue is something called phytates, natural compounds found in sesame that bind to minerals like calcium and zinc. That means the nutrients you're trying to absorb, especially those needed for strong bones, can get blocked by sesame. In younger adults, this might not matter much. But for seniors with weaker digestion, the effects can be serious. A 2020 study found that older adults who consumed high phytate diets absorbed up to 27% less calcium. That increases the risk of osteoporosis, slow healing, and even balance issues from weakened joints. But mineral loss isn't the only problem. Sesame is also a major allergen, especially in people over 50. Reactions aren't always dramatic. Most seniors don't break out in hives or go into shock. Instead, they develop chronic sinus issues, unexplained fatigue, skin rashes, or painful bloating that doctors can't explain. We saw this in Linda, a 69-year-old retired nurse with years of joint pain and dry skin that wouldn't clear up. She had already cut out dairy, gluten, and sugar. But the bloating and flare-ups continued. After running a deeper test, we discovered a sesame sensitivity linked to the tahini in her daily hummus. We removed all sesame sources and added healthy fats like walnuts and avocado instead. Within 2 weeks, her skin calmed down. Her digestion improved. The pain that plagued her for years nearly vanished. She told us she felt like she had her body back, for the first time since her late 50s. Sesame isn't evil, but for seniors, it can be a quiet thief, robbing your minerals and irritating your immune system. If you're eating hummus, sesame crackers, or using sesame oil regularly, take a step back and reassess. You may be reacting and not even know it, until you stop and finally feel the difference. And the next seed? It's sold as a superfood, but for seniors, it can actually be the most dangerous of all. Chia seeds are praised everywhere, from health blogs to wellness stores, as the ultimate superfood. But if you're over 60, chia seeds can quietly become one of the most dangerous ingredients in your kitchen. The issue isn't the seed itself, it's how it's prepared, and how it behaves inside the aging digestive system. Chia seeds absorb water rapidly. They can swell up to 12 times their size once they come into contact with liquid. That's helpful for hydration, if your gut is strong, fast-moving, and fully hydrated. But in seniors, especially those with dry throats, slower digestion, or any history of reflux, chia can cause blockages. There are documented medical cases where seniors developed choking or esophageal impaction from eating dry chia. One 72-year-old man had to undergo surgery after swallowing just 1 tablespoon of dry chia with water. We met Roberto, a 74-year-old retired truck driver, who had been trying to clean up his diet with chia-based smoothies. The problem? He wasn't soaking the seeds. Within days, he developed painful bloating and severe constipation. He hadn't had a bowel movement in 5 days and came in looking pale, exhausted, and distended. We stopped the chia immediately, gave him a mild osmotic laxative, and switched him to soaked flaxseed overnight. By day 3, he was back to normal. His digestion smoothed out, and his energy quickly returned. When we reintroduced chia, it was soaked for at least 30 minutes in water. Never dry, never powder. Used correctly, chia offers omega-3s, fiber, and antioxidants. But for seniors, it must be fully hydrated before eating. Start with half a teaspoon, soaked in plenty of water, and build up slowly if tolerated. Chia is not a cure-all. And dry chia is never safe for aging digestive systems. If you're over 60, never toss chia into cereal or sprinkle it dry into smoothies. And now that you know the seeds to avoid, wait until you discover the 4 that can help reverse the damage. Black sesame seeds might sound like the last thing you'd expect to help your brain, blood pressure, or energy, especially after what we just covered about regular sesame, phytates, allergies, and inflammation. But black sesame seeds are a completely different story, especially when they're ground and taken in small daily amounts. Unlike the white version, black sesame seeds are unhulled. That means they still contain their natural mineral shell. This outer layer is rich in lignans, potent antioxidants that help protect blood vessels and aging brain cells. A 2021 study showed older adults taking just 2 teaspoons of black sesame daily improved memory and lowered blood pressure. Their systolic pressure dropped by 13%, and their memory recall improved by over 20% in just 60 days. We saw this firsthand with Siam, a 70-year-old retired math teacher who came in feeling forgetful and tired. Her blood pressure was borderline high, and she worried about early cognitive decline. Instead of jumping into medication, we gave her a simple morning habit: 1 teaspoon of ground black sesame with honey and warm water. Within 3 weeks, she told us she felt sharper. She remembered details from decades ago, and felt calmer during the day. Her blood pressure also normalized without any pills, and she regained confidence in her memory. Black sesame must be consumed ground, soaked, or blended. The whole seed is hard to digest raw, and it must be black, not toasted white, not bottled tahini. That's where the real nutrients are lost. If you're over 60, this tiny seed may help support clearer thinking, stable blood flow, and better energy. But like anything powerful, moderation matters. Just 1 teaspoon per day is enough to see results. Now let's move to a seed that's been overlooked for too long, even though it may rival blood pressure drugs in impact. Flax seeds don't get much attention. They don't look exciting, and they're rarely featured in trendy health ads. But for seniors, These humble seeds may be one of the most powerful daily habits for heart, gut, and hormone support. Flax seeds are the richest known source of lignans, plant compounds that help balance estrogen and reduce inflammation. They also contain alpha-linolenic acid, a plant-based omega-3 fat that supports blood vessels and reduces cholesterol. In a 2018 clinical trial, seniors who ate flaxseed muffins daily saw blood pressure drops equal to those from medication. Over 6 months, systolic pressure dropped 15 points, and diastolic fell by 7, with 0 side effects. We saw similar results in Yusef, a 68-year-old retired taxi driver struggling with cholesterol and sluggish digestion. He began adding just 1 teaspoon of ground flax to his morning yogurt. By the 3rd week, he was having smooth daily bowel movements for the first time in years. After 3 months, his cholesterol dropped from 218 to 174, and triglycerides fell by 33%. He said his stomach no longer felt heavy after meals, and he stopped needing midday naps. But here's the key. Flax seeds must be ground. Whole seeds pass through undigested and won't deliver benefits. You can grind them fresh at home or buy them pre-ground, but always store them in the fridge to prevent rancidity. Never cook them at high heat. The delicate oils inside are heat-sensitive and lose potency. Instead, mix into smoothies, stir into oatmeal, or sprinkle onto cold dishes and let them do their work silently. For seniors facing cholesterol concerns, hormone imbalances, or sluggish digestion, flax seeds may be the simplest fix. And next, we'll look at a crunchy green seed that helps fight muscle cramps, sleepless nights, and slow recovery. Pumpkin seeds, often called pepitas, are small, green, and shockingly powerful, especially for people over 60. They're not just a fall snack. These seeds are loaded with magnesium and zinc, 2 minerals many seniors lack. Zinc supports your immune system, helps wounds heal, and plays a key role in maintaining muscle strength. Magnesium supports over 300 body functions, especially sleep quality, nerve function, and muscle relaxation. As we age, our ability to absorb these minerals drops due to lower stomach acid and slower digestion. That's why many seniors experience muscle cramps, poor sleep, and lingering fatigue without knowing the root cause. A 2019 study followed adults over 65 with leg cramps and poor sleep patterns. After 4 weeks of daily pumpkin seeds, 71% slept better. Their cramps were cut nearly in half, just by eating 30 grams of pepitas daily. Adil, a 73-year-old retired construction worker, came in with restless legs, tingling calves, and trouble sleeping through the night. He drank water, took calcium pills, and tried stretching. Nothing helped. After testing, we found his zinc and magnesium were low. We had him eat 1 small handful of roasted, unsalted pumpkin seeds daily. Within 2 weeks, his cramps stopped. Within a month, he was sleeping straight through the night. His wife told us she was finally sleeping again too, because his leg twitching had disappeared. Pumpkin seeds require no prep. You can eat them straight out of the bag. Just make sure they're unsalted and not overly roasted. Chew them well. This helps unlock the minerals and supports better digestion. If you're struggling with recovery, poor sleep, or aching legs, pumpkin seeds might be the missing piece. And the next seed? It's soft, buttery, needs no soaking, and may be the most complete anti-inflammatory food for seniors today. Hemp seeds may look small and ordinary, but for seniors, they deliver one of the most complete nutrient profiles available. These soft, buttery seeds come from the hemp plant. But don't worry, they contain 0 THC and won't affect your mind. What they do offer is a perfect omega-3 to omega-6 fatty acid ratio, which is critical for reducing inflammation. Most diets today are flooded with omega-6. That imbalance can worsen joint pain, brain fog, and chronic fatigue. Hemp seeds naturally correct that imbalance while providing gamma-linolenic acid, a rare anti-inflammatory compound. GLA supports hormone balance, eases joint swelling, and may even help regulate metabolism and mood. In a 2022 clinical trial, adults aged 65 to 79 were given 30 grams of hemp seed daily for 8 weeks. Results showed a 36% drop in CRP, a key inflammation marker, a 19% rise in HDL cholesterol, and improved grip strength in most participants. We met S.A., a 76-year-old woman who walked with a cane and struggled with chronic arthritis in both knees. She had tried pills, creams, and supplements, with little relief. We added just 3 tablespoons of hemp seed to her morning smoothie with almond milk and dates. We also suggested short daily walks, even 5 minutes at a time. By week 3, she had less morning stiffness. By week 6, she was walking unaided most days. After 2 months, her knees were flexible enough for her to kneel and garden again. Hemp seeds require no soaking, grinding, or cooking. Just sprinkle into yogurt, soup, or smoothies. They're gentle on digestion, safe for seniors with dental issues, and powerful enough to calm inflammation naturally.
If you're over 60 and dealing with soreness, low energy, or slow recovery, hemp seeds are the habit to start today. 4 dangerous seeds can inflame joints, steal minerals, or even block digestion. 4 healing seeds, if prepared correctly, can support memory, balance hormones, and lower blood pressure naturally. You don't need pills to feel better. Sometimes it just takes the right seeds in the right form. Now, we want to hear from you.
What's your age and state? And what seed are you going to try or stop this week? Leave a comment below and tell us your experience. Your story could help someone else over 60 feel their best again.